I'm doing well. I guess today, uh, I guess I'm touch on the fact that in most what you call disputes that we witness today, inside of these debates or these disputes or whatever you want to call it, um, we have to what's the word? We got to think on the level like there is a possibility that both sides could be right. Definitely both sides could be right. You know what I mean? And that's when you getting into elevated thought, higher thinking, higher learning, all that kind of stuff. It's going to cause you to know that your opinion ain't probably the strongest opinion or the best opinion, or it's not the only opinion. There's other strong opinions, out there alongside yours. So, all of us really need to at least entertain the thought that someone else can possibly be right besides you. And that's yeah, my phone ready for. And that's what we really need to get into. We need to really get into respecting other people's opinions. Well, no, not just respecting it, but listening. Really, really, truly listening to other people's opinions, and giving it its right, giving their opinion its right, and things of that nature. Uh, whether it be religiously, spiritually, um, or any other kind of in and out. You gotta really, we really gotta give that its right. You know what I'm saying? Because the more I analyze, the knowledge that I know and that I've come across in my life, the more I know that my opinion is just not the only opinion. And whether you're looking at stuff from a perspective of, like, when you talk about religion, all of the religions, to me, I now know and understand that all of these religions is basically the same and have the same core beliefs, the same core moral, I guess you could call the same moral codes, sense of right and wrong, things of that nature. You know what I mean? There's some ins and outs. Ritualistically, each religion has different rituals that are practiced inside of these dogmatic practices. You know what I mean? Or dogmatic creeds. You know what I mean? But in a nutshell, they're all the same. You know what I mean? And the more we get into that and reconciling that and understanding that we all the same in a lot of different ways, then we're gonna be able to come together as one group, uh, establishing peace and security. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we really need to get into. You know what I mean? We really need to get into that. Not being soft, but about it. You know what I mean? And just, going for what everybody lifestyle is not necessarily. I don't want to say right or wrong, but I'm just saying. You got a lot of stuff that's debated about stuff that's morally right and stuff that's morally wrong. So I believe, well, I know that when in the gray areas and the gray spots, when stuff get gray, then you gotta take it back to the basics. So from one issue to the next, then I guess I would deal with that, in the future. But as for now, I don't really want to talk against no type of lifestyles or nothing like that. The point I'm trying to make today is, getting away from being so rigid. Not being ultra rigid. In your opinion and in your way, because we trying to develop a winning team. You know what I'm saying? And a winning team is a team that has many aspects inside of it. You know, you got some people, you know, so one guy or one woman may come with the wisdom and the maturity, and then someone else may come with the energy and the zeal. And then you might have another person that may be the one that's that's the chance taker, and the chance taker is the one that's gonna be like, go, do it. You know what I'm saying? And then there may be the other person that's gonna tell you to give more, pay more attention to keeping yourself safe and things of that nature. And this is what I learned from boxing. I learned all the winning boxing teams that I've witnessed. They all had many aspects involved with it. Everybody wasn't the same on the boxing on their team that was moving a particular athlete. So me knowing that and applying that to everyday life and just how I perceive even now with these movements. We have multiple movements, the same but just different enough to cause division. Yeah, we need communities, a little still compassion. Yeah, yeah, peace, peace, peace. No doubt, no one. Yeah, nah, that's, you know what I mean, that's true. You know, we got all the you know, we have enough, but we have more in common than we don't have in common. And what I'm saying is, you know, with the each religion has like I'm talking about religion. All right, each religion has like rituals, you know, ritual stuff that it does ritually every day or every week or whatever, whether it be church or Jumu'ah or Sabbath days and stuff like that. All of that stuff is done ritually from one group to the next. You know what I'm saying? And they all serve a purpose. But a lot of times the people on the opposite side, well, not the opposite side, the people on the other side, they don't understand what the purpose is in the practice or why it's done. You know what I mean? And so people just operate and function from an ignorant standpoint. You know what I'm saying? But going forward, that's not going to get us nowhere, first of all, by being ignorant. You know what I mean? So if you willing to refute something or someone or something, then it's best to refute it based on some knowledge. Second of all, you have multiple interpretations of religious texts and spiritual texts. This is why you find people that, you got some people that do good with it and some people who do bad, who do evil things with it. So, and that come from a perspective, because even if you're doing good and you know that you're going to get good out of doing what you're doing or saying what you're saying, okay, you do that because in your mind you have figured out that you're going to get some good from it. The people that do the evil, they don't think that they're going to get no evil from doing some evil with these texts or with these practices or manipulating people to do things with it. But the stupidity of the people that do evil with it is thinking that they're going to get away with it. So that's just a thing where it's like, you know, but it's still a perspective. It's still another perspective. So, you know, I advise myself as well as anybody who want to listen, you know, think about what you do before you do it, and think about what you say before you say it. You know, so many different things, you know, that do I think it was a mistake to change the calendar? Yeah, I do think it was a mistake to change the calendar, because the true calendar, the real calendar, had everybody on a natural wavelength, on a natural frequency. See, when all the frequencies of art have been thrown off, you know, all the frequencies have been thrown. Why don't we just collectively revert? Because collectively, we all don't know the same things, and we all don't know the same. You know, we don't have the same level of knowledge. We don't have the same level of so-called belief. We don't have the same level of faith. We don't have the same level of desire to even embrace the truth. So this is why a mass reversion is probably something harder. It's something harder to achieve. But just to speak about the count to achieve. But just to speak about the count